As far as the overall market is concerned, I was just mentioning to Michael Noss here, futures still falling even after the equity session gets closed off for the day. That is a tease of what is to come tomorrow. Make sure you're with us tomorrow. More to come on that from Mr. Noss himself. NASDAQ 2.32, ES or S&P 1.5%. So pretty red right across the overall board here. This is the S&P 500. Individual names jumping off the board, glowing red, in fact, in some cases. Top left up here, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Oracle, Adobe, to name a few. 4.3% there for Netflix at the end of the day. Pretty ugly for Apple as well, 2.6% when all is said and done. Some of the individual chip names, look at NVIDIA gives it all back at the end of the day, 0.42 positive. 2.5% here for Broadcom, AMD, Texas Instruments, to name a few, 4.2% for Intel as well. Tesla, ugly, 2.7. Amazon, 2.3. Goes on and on and on. I wanted to highlight this. A little bit of green here left in the banking sector, but if you remember this morning, there was, most of these were green. The entire group, in fact, held on to positive territory longer than most. At the end of the day, we end the day basically flat. So we end at the lows, to say the least, for both the S&P and for the NASDAQ and for AMC as well, also at the lows when all is said and done. A few individual names we were talking about. If you were with us in the morning, it was all about Jackson Hole. We get a few comments today from individual Fed officials. The big one, if you missed it, coming up tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Fed Chair Powell going to take to the microphone. What will he say remains to be seen, whether or not it'll move the market. I'm pretty sure it's going to move the market, but which direction and why remains to be seen. So we'll bring that to you as it happens tomorrow at 10 o'clock. NVIDIA, the headliner today, coming off earnings. As we just saw on the sector board there, it basically gives it all back, ends the day right back almost exactly where we closed yesterday. So what earnings from NVIDIA? The rest of the entire sector downside when all is said and done as well. AMC, obviously the other big headliner, trading post-split back to $1.43. If you do the math or reverse the math, once again here for AMC. The conversion to come as of the open tomorrow. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, and more coming up on tomorrow morning's show. But the big deal tomorrow going to be all about inflation, going to be all about interest rates, going to be all about the dollar. I mean, it's going to affect, you know, the market overall as well. But I mean, I'll get your take here, Sean, as well on what, you know, could possibly happen. Obviously, we heard from Frank essentially saying, regardless, it's going to be an event. Whether it's up, whether it's down, remains to be seen. But there's not much else that he hasn't said to this point in the sense of higher for longer when it comes to interest rates. It's more of a matter of how he phrases it this time.
All right, I'm just trying to, the market, this is called recap now, the market's recap. Well, that's nice. Already 101 likes. Thank you so much to everybody for this show. We're having a great show here right now, and we have a lot lined up for you. I have Michael Noss coming through very, very soon. I want to say a quick little roll call to everybody that's here. Thank you so much, man. Already 100 likes. Shout out to everybody that's here. What's up to Ponzi Fonzie? I know you're my boy as well. Youth is here. Jason's here. Everybody's here right now, and we're ready to rock and roll. We are going to do a little bit of a market recap as I adjust this TV. Just a little bit in front of me. What's up to Jason, who's here? What's up to Jacob, Sky Bear, everybody that's with us now. Thank you so much for joining the stream as we are getting ready for more earnings to drop at any time. It looks like Workday might have just came through there with a nice move up to 235. That's printing a little bit. Right now, we do wait for the big guy Marvell to come out very, very soon. MRVL. And we saw the chip names today. I mean, what a wild ride it was. If you saw me trading today, wow. A little dangerous in the morning going long, but got some revenge late by finally going into the short. I don't see anything from Marvell. I don't think it's reported yet, but it is trying to move around a little bit. We do have Benzinga right here, so we'll get that all figured out, and if it does pop up, I'll get the earnings to you ASAP. Ulta Beauty is out as well, so we will double check that. I just got to go over here to news feed on Benzinga and get this going right now. There it is right here. So Ulta Beauty is now out. What a monster. This was one of those names that I really thought would take advantage of us going back live into working cohorts, obviously makeup and things like that. So beat 602 versus 585. Revenues seem to be pretty good. JWN, Nordstrom also out, all green all over the place. Who really cares what the numbers they're reporting? We're traders, so let's go over here and see what exactly is happening to the stocks themselves. Nordstrom right now, do they like it? Yes, they do. Nice little move up here on Nordstrom's to 18 and change. This is the daily chart. It's got to get above 19 for me to care about that. That's the 200 period moving average now pointing down. Let's see what happens with Nordstrom right now up to 1808. What else did we just say was out? Ulta Beauty, ULTA. Let's have a quick look at that one. ULTA coming through right now again. Not doing much. It's out. It's not doing a whole heck of a lot. This again has been a big name. Like I said, COVID darling. 553 high, back down to 424. So few names starting to come out. Uh-oh, we've got a firm, and a firm is starting to blast upside right now. Again, like this name for sure, but it's a firm that's starting to go back up. Let's see if we can find the numbers on a firm real quick. All right, I don't see them yet on Benzinga. I actually have a Benzinga Pro account. I have to log into that. Didn't get a chance to do that here today. So let's just go over and then we'll unlock everything once it hits. Come on, give us those Affirm numbers. All right, so it's just taking a second to load. There it is, up to 15, now back down to 1388. Alta, I still don't have Affirm. I'm not sure Affirm is out. 1356 and bouncing around right now. Affirm is out, people are saying. I don't. Just so you guys know, here's my Benzinga account. I don't see it on here. We are going to be joined very, very shortly by our friend Michael Noss. We're going to talk a little bit about, maybe we'll talk a little bit about Halifax. We'll talk a little bit about some trades. If there's any trades maybe you're in right now, anything like that, let's talk about it. So I don't see it. Let me just go here. AFRM, just to make sure that it's out or it's not. No, it's not out. So I don't see a firm out yet. When it does, we will hit it. It may be. I just don't see it there. All right, let's go over to our next topic, or our current topic, which is market recap. Wow, what a day it was. Do we have the countdown up? Oh, there it is. So I have to address this countdown. Apparently, I go over time a lot, all right? Because, I'm me. Hello, Sean. We like to talk a little bit. See, I'm doing it right now again. When that runs out, the show finite. That's it. So we're going to wait for that. Yeah, Ramin's got to go home. We got to make sure that's it. So we're going to try to stick to a half hour only today. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. I feel confident that we will. So let's do it quickly right now. What about UNG today? UNG with a nice move. We've seen it on the daily chart. Obviously, it's gotten hit all the way $34. Like, what crazy kind of times these were back in 2022. Now you're getting all the way down to 6 and change, and starting to keep going lower here is UNG. So we'll wait to see where that goes today. But it's a nice move, up 2%, so that's not bad. The big one that I think a lot of us are not worried about, but the SMH today. What a disappointing day for NVIDIA. SMH just couldn't get out of its own way either. New moves down all day for the semiconductor ETF, and there it goes, man. VanEck semiconductor ETF never could get going at all. Wow, what a great trade this would have been up here at 153 before we start to go down into 150 and lower. This makes me think that actually, why don't we start to trade a little bit more ETFs on the show? Would you guys like that? Let me check what the chat is thinking about that right now. Who's here in the chat right now? Quickly, it's Tony Price, it's Lone Sophos. You're right about that, Lone. What a wild day that was. What's up, Leon? What's up, DJK? I feel like there is more opportunity to trade some of these ETFs just because you have no indication of single stock risk. Obviously SMH is going to fall down with NVIDIA and keep on going like that. But you saw AMD today. What a disgusting move that was. Down to $100? Like, we had this at the end of the day. And I don't have it on here, but we'll go bang because we got that. That was a great trade to the downside for Advanced Micro Devices. What else was there? This is an interesting one. And actually, it's funny because I threw to Michael and we talked a little bit about uranium the other day. I'm actually interested in this TAN ETF. What the heck is going on with this? This is a solar ETF, and it is right now back to May lows of 2022. I thought solar is a thing, but today it's down another 2.2%. The NASDAQ today takes it on the chin, down 2.1%. Man, I thought NVIDIA was coming to save the day. Great report, great early move for NVDA, and instead, no, it quadunk. Shout out to Sharif. I don't know why he keeps copying that word that I made up. Huge move down all day today for NVIDIA. Got some love back at 490 at about 12:30 or so. That was a great bump up, and instead we just continue to head to the downside. So, all right, Mr. Noss, are you locked and loaded? What's going on over there?
I think I'm good to go. I think we're good to
How was the flight in?
It was good. I got to drive a real plane this time. Last time it was one of those propeller things.
You got to drive?
I got to be driven in.
Okay.
Yeah, last time it was one of those little
propeller
things that scare the
Did you
daylights out
come
of me.
in at Billy Bishop or?
Pearson.
Pearson Airport, because that's the main one here.
That's a big guy.
It does look like we have Danielle Shea coming in. We're really excited for a couple reasons, and that is that Trade Ideas tomorrow has a big promotion on with us, and we've made the promise to each other that Trader TV Live will have the best offerings available for Trade Ideas. So did you want to quickly go over what tomorrow is going to bring for everybody?
Sure thing. We are launching a new web version, iPhone version, iPad. If you have a web browser, you can run it. It is a new simplified version of Trade Ideas. You're seeing it right here, right now, where I'm looking at the ETFs, whether they're up or down, trying to figure out what I'm going to trade into tomorrow. Drag and drop interface, very clean, very simple, very nice. And we are starting with Trader TV 30, which is actually live right now. Will save you 30% off the new web version. We'll be talking about it all day tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be really sick. And I mean, the good thing about it is everybody has a direct line to you through the show. So if anybody needs to get layouts built or simple questions, and the thing about this new web version is what you've told me, Michael, is that the new web version is easier to manipulate, it's easier to understand, and you kind of use the example as just like the normal Joe kind of trader, run-of-the-mill trader, won't be so sort of exhausted with all the different options. And the word I'm looking for is exhausted, but just overwhelmed maybe with all the different options. So I'm really excited to see that and talk all about that tomorrow. So promise us you'll be here tomorrow morning.
I will be here tomorrow morning, I promise.
All right, so make sure that you check that out. That's Michael Noss from Trade Ideas. And again, like look at this scanner right here. We can be able to see exactly what's filling, exactly what's hitting right now. BRSH moving around. We did have a firm. Look at that. A firm goes right to the top. So that indicates to me that there are out a firm numbers right now. 1456, a nice little move to the upside. Man, I feel like I'm a hell of a lot better on this show than I was on the main show here. I've got the energy back. A firm right now. There it is, 430 to 455 versus 429. So that's nice. Q4, 5.5 billion, up 25% year over year. Here it is right here. Q4 sales beating as well. So far so good here on AFRM. Marvell out right now as well. So wow, this name moving around. Marvell, 33 cents versus 32. Not great. That's not an NVIDIA number. And then estimates on sales, a little bit higher, sorry, on revenues, 1.34 billion versus 1.33. So let's take a quick look again at what MRVL is doing here in the aftermarket. Yeah, heading a little bit lower. I feel like it's going to be tough for some of these tech names to sort of get out of their own way right now. What did you think, Michael? Just quickly, we don't have to necessarily go over a chart, but I know you were here all day, so you weren't trading, and maybe you were, I don't know. But that was a different move there for NVIDIA. I really thought that after post-market yesterday, we did have an opportunity to trade that long at $500. Once it took that key level, it was see you later.
Yeah, the queues just kind of fell apart all day. I was joking that when I got off the plane, I checked my phone. I noticed I was stopped out of a lot of things. Just looking at the queues here, this is, from a technical point of view, a bearish engulfing reversal, and that's a pretty bearish overall candlestick where you open above yesterday's high, you close yesterday's low, unrelenting selling all day. Seems like it was a buy the rumor, sell the news event. I have to bet that we're going to have some continuation lower unless Jackson Hole saves us.
Oh, man, I don't know. The last time we had Jackson's Hole, it did the complete opposite of saving anybody. So we'll find out what is going on. Thank you, Michael Noss, for that. And, yeah, the breakdown of the cues was really super key. Definitely watch the indexes. But let's go on to our next topic. And guess what? It's Trader Talk. All right. We got my favorite. Well, I shouldn't say that because Michael Noss is right here. One of my favorite guests of all time. And, of course, she's a friend of the show. It's Miss Danielle Shea. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. You got a little friend here. It's Luke. Is that his name? I can't remember.
That's right. He's my trading desk partner, and he did not want to take a nap. So I figured instead of crying in the background, he could say hi to everyone.
So cute. I like that. Danielle, does Luke play Roblox yet? Because we really need to get some of these GPUs going. I mean, that NVIDIA number today, a little disappointing. You and I went back and forth, and we were really excited to possibly... Can we do the two screen here at all? Oh, we're working on it. Okay, so we're still on you. But we did have NVIDIA earnings. Did that surprise you at all today, Danielle? Because I was really excited when I saw that number come through yesterday. We got up to 515 in the pre-mark, in the aftermarket there yesterday, but today just falls all the way down. What say you on NVIDIA?
So, we've been talking about NVIDIA on the show for a while. And I mean, here's the thing, Sean, is I had this 500 and then 520 price target, right? And so when we traded up into that zone, I thought, oh man, I don't think there's any way that it can go higher, because that's the zone that I've been looking for. And I know we talked about this one on Monday too. And I was saying that, hey, I think they're going to beat. And they normally do trade higher. But here's the thing, the hype around this thing is way too big. So even with the beat that they had, there's no way that it was good enough to continue pushing the stock higher after it was up 233% this year. So I think that this move was priced in. I think that because it wasn't, fantastic, it's going to drag the rest of the NASDAQ down, which is exactly what we're seeing today. So I actually think it's a short, and I think it's going to, pull back. And I was looking at maybe trading it into 450 at this point. So
450? You're killing me over here.
Yeah, 450.
Do you think it's a relatively, it's a move that's going to take time, or you think we could just continue tomorrow? I mean, tomorrow's Friday, we have Jackson Hole coming through, and you did. I mean, shout out to you. Let's go bang on that one, because you did give everybody that target $500. So the fact that it fades off. Hi, Luke. How you doing, my guy over there? Can't wait till he makes his first trade. That should be exciting. But let's go over where we think the market could possibly go today. Did you have a chance to see AMD? Maybe if you come over to my screen right now, guys, we can have a quick look at AMD. This has been not as loved, obviously, as NVIDIA. We had a beautiful high of 130, but since then, we've never really been able to get back there. We tried up here at 121 and change. Here's the earnings marker that came through on the 23rd. And since then, it's really just been downside, very similar to what you're kind of predicting here with NVIDIA. I mean, I feel like we could easily break this 100 right now. I mean, it's right there right now. And I don't know, do we fill the gap to 80? Like, this whole AI thing, look, it's the future, right? AI is the future, but the stock market is alive, and we never know where these prices are going to go. To me, I'm disappointed in NVIDIA's earnings. You did call that number 500 in possible retracement. Do you think we stop here at that 450 mark? Are you a little bit concerned about AMD? We had Marvell come out. It's a little bit lower now. Is there a bubble here in AI from what you can see?
I don't know about it being a longer term bubble necessarily, but I definitely think it's a short term short right now. So, I mean, with the longer term trades, I'm still holding my
I heard him say
NVIDIA
buy.
and my AMD stock.
I heard him, Danielle, I heard him say, don't even worry about it. I heard him say buy there. So I think tomorrow, like, he definitely did not say sell. So I heard a buy. So I'm really, really excited. I'm asking everybody, yeah, he sounds bullish. Yeah, exactly. People in the chat right now, the kids know a lot. So anyways, thanks for bringing him on. I want him on every time. So I don't know why. Do not feel bad about that. People are saying best interview ever right now on the chat. So here we go. All right, let's go. Any thoughts here? I don't know if you, I know you have your screen available because you were just screen sharing a little bit there. Any thoughts on this Affirm number? Affirm just came out right now, and I'll give you a couple seconds. Come over to my screen, guys, and we'll get Danielle maybe to load it up. But Affirm right now, it seemed like a little bit of a beat. We do have a high short interest of 17+%. I'm looking at this 20 level, Danielle, and I mean, I know that's a ways away from here. Whoops, I zoomed the wrong way. I know that's a ways away from here, but we could possibly squeeze up there. I still think all these names are short. I don't really believe in the buy now, pay later aspect. How much of your trading do you actually take in consideration the fundamentals of a stock? I know for me, as we're day trading, we don't look at them too often, but I know sometimes you like to have longer duration calls or puts. So for me, I think a firm is kind of, they've sort of said their deals with Amazon and they've put it all out there. We'll go through the numbers later, but for me, a firm is probably going to be an aggressive trade tomorrow. Looks like we had that bottom near 14 and now popping back up. Did a firm catch your eye at all? Did you have any trades going into that number?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, first of all, I pretty much agree with everything that you said, right? I don't really buy into the whole buy now, pay later thing either, because it's just not really proprietary. Like every single bank and company can come up with that idea, right? So that's why I don't think it's all that special. 100% agree with your $20 level and the short interest. That is what most interests me in any kind of names that have bad fundamentals. So I definitely look at the fundamentals, and if they're bad, I want to stay on the short side, but I'll look out for these short squeezes. With a firm, it had, I think, $2 market maker expected move. So the way that I would trade this is, with that $2 expected market maker move, if it's more than $2 to the upside when the market gaps, like if the market gaps up tomorrow more than $2, let's say $3 to $4, that's when I would jump on it and say, okay, this is probably going to be shaking out those short sellers, and this is something that I might be able to trade the short squeeze on. But I wouldn't be able to do it unless it got up above 16.5, because that's where that resistance zone is. And I would really eye it up around 20. So I didn't trade this one. I was thinking about just doing it for a neutral move. But the reason why I didn't trade it neutrally is because this thing is just all over the map. It's moved 1.5%, 15%, 14%, 37%. Like it's all over the place. So I passed on this one.
It's a little tough there. No, I'm not muted. It is a little tough to trade those when it's just all over the place like that. I don't know if you noticed, but I only have 6 minutes left, so I'm going to have to cut our Trader Talk off right now. But thank you so much, Danielle, for coming through. Thank you for bringing the kid, man. That was so sweet. I love it. That's Trader Talk, and have a great rest of your week, and enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you later. Thank you, Miss Danielle Shea.
Thank you.
Ciao. That's Trader Talk.
Bye.
All right. Wow, that was fun. Right there, how are you doing, Michael Noss?
I'm doing fantastic. That was a great interview. I had, following the charts as we went, totally agree with a firm. You've got $20 in your way. I think if you're under $20, you got to stay away. Above that, maybe we got a big base here to reverse out of.
All right, let's find out about what a firm does tomorrow. And as you can see, the death clock is now ticking away. We have under 6 minutes to go over everything. So right now, let's go over something that is obviously near and dear to my heart, trading. And today we traded NVDA. So I just want to go over some trade reviews. Though we trade reviewed this the other day as well, these are all my executions. Now remember, here at Day Trade the World, our executions go off. And sometimes the charts won't trade properly or look properly at the end of the day. So let's just go over how we traded NVDA today. So, I mean, yeah, it started off pretty bad, man. Here's NVIDIA. We put down on our sticky note that we really wanted to respect that $500 level. But fortunately, I guess, right off the open, the very first candle here with tons of volume, you're talking about 3 million shares or so, right off the jump, we took it down, and then we saw these little bases here, and this is my problem, 490. Okay, so you didn't even have a chance to look at 500 here today, right? I thought that was going to be a key level because here 500, we danced around there yesterday. Up here, that's 502 on earnings, and we kind of held it until this morning when we broke down a little bit. But look at that, that's 499.87. So it held until the open. Once it opened up, then all the sellers came in, and we started to make a little bit of a bottom here. So we took a bid at 492 against this 490. As you can see, got some out, which is pretty good, man. We were making $3. We're like, yeah, this is what we're doing. And then all of a sudden, it was like, nah, that's not what we're doing at all. Came back in 490, then we got out. And at this time, we're pretty much flat on NVIDIA. But again, I always say trade with a little bit of a bias. I thought it was a great quarter, despite the selling early. That could have been options, people offside, people that were long into the print, wanted to sell it off the end of the day. People were short, who knows? People wanted to push their positions even further. But it falls down, and we were pretty patient, man. We actually waited till about 9:40 45, and it started to base out a little bit, and that's where we were like, okay, let's go long. Now we did dip out there, so we went a little bit long, 485. I'm like, 485, I can't believe we're even seeing these numbers. And then we caught a great long down there at 480, brought it all the way back to 490, $9 winner, so those were all good. Then we started to buy again, until eventually it dipped down below 480, and this is sort of that level that Neil was talking about. He didn't want to go long until 480, smart guy. That was the right way to look at that for sure. The bottom turned out to be 475. But what everyone's missing here is that when I go like this, and finally, man, we went and we got a haircut, we took some nice deep breaths, and we were like, you know what? This is a short. We shorted AMD and we shorted NVIDIA, and you could see the rest is history. So we had some good shorts into there. And if I actually zoom this in a little bit more, unfortunately we have some wicks here that it's gonna look crazy to edit it, but that's 480. Some of these takes right there. 478, that's good. That's another 478. Then you come all the way down here, 476, 474, giving us $6 worth of room. And then finally, right at the end of the day, we got taken out on those imbalances at 475. And right now, NVIDIA around 470. Wow. Continues to bleed lower here in the aftermarket. But it was a good trade. There it is right there, 470. So we'll have to look at that 480 level tomorrow. That is your trade review. All right, man, not that much time left. We're going to do roll call real quick. One thing that I forgot yesterday, a big shout out to Bears vs. Bulls, my guy right now. We missed some super chats yesterday. All right, so shout out to Akash, shout out to Nick W., Javi, Will Evans, Hamptons Trader, Alex Enzo is here. We always see you, Carolina, MM. I don't know if that's Eminem. Ian Respeto, what's up? The NB8, Akash again, and some new member. No idea what that is, but thank you so much for becoming, well, Japanese, I guess. Or thank you so much for a new member alert on that one. And let's do a quick little roll call. Who's here right now joining us? Yeah, big money shaking out all the weekend video longs. So I am actually, that is a good point there. Shout out to Michael M. Excuse me. I was wondering about that myself. Today we all came in so bullish about NVIDIA. They're just testing, see where those hands are. I don't have a problem having weak hands. I feel like you do have to get rid of it when you're wrong. Saved us a lot of money getting rid of that trade at 480. We didn't have to worry about 475. Regrouped it, went short. Shout out to Ponzi Fonzie. I know, 3 minutes. The countdown is on, baby. What's up to Canadian Bacon? What's up to Andrew Kennedy? Justin's here. Canadian Bacon Stocks is here. Oh, here we go. Hey, what's up, Nirad? What's up, Mehar? Ernya, thank you. What's up to you, AK Floppy? Everybody's here today, so thank you so much. Leave your comments, like, and subscribe to the channel if you can. All right, quickly about Stock Blitz. Let's just quickly look at Marvell. So again, a big stock that just reported there today, MRVL. Let's just call it up here on our Trade Ideas platform, of course, and then just move it over. Get it right here. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hold on a second. Oh man, this is not going to work when I'm running out of time here. So here's Marvell. Again, dripping down here into $55. Again, it looked like a good report, but so did NVIDIA. So tomorrow, we're going to have to flip the switch on Marvell, man. No matter what we think, I feel like it's a nice downside move here. Looking at some levels, we did break down. Look at this daily. Look at this gap up, man. I don't know how much time we have left right now. Oh my God, 12 seconds. Okay, so we want to fade Marvell at this $56 mark. I think it's looking great. Thank you so much, Michael Nosh, for coming out here. Join me for a beer right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go get a beer. We're going to go out. I know Brendan's all ready to rock and roll. It should be a fun day. Tomorrow we have the end. We're still streaming, right? So, okay, the end is now, everyone's laughing now because we are still going on. But hey, I don't think we're doing too bad. It's 4:30 and change right now. We're going to go out, have a drink. Make sure you guys have a great evening. Marvell is on tap tomorrow. And we also have the big discount from Trade Ideas. So stop flipping the cameras over. I have to keep going back and forth everywhere here. It's been a fun one. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Sean Katina. This has been Trader TV Live. That's Michael Noss. He'll be back here tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. My time is up. Ciao. Yeah, that's more fun.